Good morning, babe. You ready? You ready?
We have goats!
We have goats! I think it's no surprise that we were on the venture to get goats.
Well, we did post that video of making our goat shelter a few weeks back.
And we have been prepping for quite some time to get goats and kind of figure out what's gonna work the best for us. And this is baby Sophia.
Sophia is just about 4 months. We've had them for 3 weeks now, and we got her when she was around 3 months old. So she's just a little baby.
Little baby.
And
This is our mama, and this is Charlotte, and she is the best mama in the world.
so I'm not the only bearded one on the property anymore.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this beard. Charlotte is 3 years old. She's Sophia's mama. She's a very, very good mama, and she's still in milk.
So both Charlotte and Sophia are Nigerian dwarf goats, and this is a very, very popular dairy goat breed because of their compact size. If you see Charlotte behind me, she's not very big. She's a 3-year-old goat. So they don't get very big, and we thought that this would be a great introduction to goats for us. They are our first 2. We are actually getting a 3rd. We are just waiting where we got our goats. She had just over a yearling. I think it's a 15-month-old. Beautiful baby girl.
Beautiful.
And we are waiting for her to be bred so that we will have babies come late fall or early mid-fall, something like that.
Mid-fall, maybe early winter, depending.
Exactly. And the point of that is to have milk from a dairy goat, you need to have kids. And we want to have babies that were born here on the property and share that excitement of experiencing the birth of an animal.
To get a mama and a baby, and this is something I've wanted since the beginning, and it's kind of hard to find actually a pair of a mama and a baby, but I wanted to learn how to milk right off the bat, so that was something that we could just instantly get, right? We could instantly get milk. It's been a bit of a learning experience learning how to milk. It's very different than what you would just imagine. You're not just like pulling on udders. I watched a few YouTube videos before I started. Matt built a milk stand, and she is pretty good on the milk stand, and she does it very, very well and produces us about a cup a day right now. If she was earlier on, if Sophia was younger, it would actually be more, but we're actually milk sharing with Sophia. So Sophia is currently nursing still.
Agua. Right now we are in their goat pen, and this is one of the 3 different places that we kind of rotate them throughout the day on Always noise. This is one of the 3 places that we rotate them on any given day. So this goat pen, we have it in-fenced with electric goat netting right now. The electric goat netting, they learn to respect immediately. Hefe is just going crazy over there. I only saw each of them touch it once before they were like, all right. And
I don't touch that.
What's funny is they can tell if it's charged or not. They can hear it, I believe, or sense it, because if we undo the clip, they'll get a lot closer to it. When the clip's done, they learn to respect the fence. We don't currently have a livestock guardian dog. We do plan to have one eventually, but this netting also helps with predators. And where we have it is very intentional. We are keeping all of our animals close to where we live so that A, if there was ruckus in the night, we can get out to it. But B, we have dogs running around all day, a lot of noise happening, we're around, and that really does help. What are you doing, little girl? Nom nom. And I'm in the brush right now with the ladies, and this is what goats love. So cows and sheep, they love pasture, and goats love brush and roughage. And this is something that can be kind of hard to offer to goats in a lot of classic style farms. Fun part about our property is that it was logged at a time. So there is a ton of undergrowth that is blackberry bushes and all sorts of little twiggy bushes that is right up goat's alley. So our plan every time we run fence is actually just to cut the outer perimeter of the fence, cut little areas for them to just hang out in, but keep the majority of this roughage for them to enjoy just like they would naturally. My wife makes a real good poop scooper. When we got married, honey, and we were living in the suburbs of Chattanooga, did you imagine you'd be out here with a poop shovel, scooping poop first thing in the morning after milking your goat?
I did not think that was not in the plans for me by any means. Every single day I come out here and clean up their poop. Goats poop, and they poop a lot, so it's really important, especially around the area that they're sleeping, they're eating, to make sure that there's no like poop on the ground, so they're not ingesting that at all. So every day I come out here and make sure that their poop is all cleaned up. Behind me, the girls have actually done some serious damage just for the 2 of them here on this briar, which is awesome because we're also using them to clear some land that we wanted cleared anyways. So they are doing very good while providing great nutrients for them. And I'm actually pretty impressed because Sophia is still nursing, so she doesn't eat as much as Charlotte does. But lately, I would say in the last week or so, I feel like she's eating more. So maybe she's weaning just a little bit off the milk and going more towards this stuff. Come on, girlies. Let's go. After the girls' morning, after we milk Charlotte, get all the other animals settled in, we try to let the girls out. One's right there, one's over there, to free range a little bit of the property, get different plants, get different brush, get grass, whatever they feel like they need, eat as much as they can for an hour or 2 while we're kind of out watching them. I feel like they're way more like dogs than I even imagined before getting goats. They do listen to you. I walk Charlotte on a leash sometimes. Like, they're very, very dog-like. So it's nice to be able to let them out and kind of free range as we do stuff around the property.
And after they free range, we have what we're we're using as our rotational set of electric netting. So they have their morning in their pen, they free range for about an hour, then we move them into this pen that right now is set up right next to the camper. We're gonna have them there for a week or two, then we'll move it. And that's kind of the idea, is every 1 to 2 weeks, they'll be moving to different areas within that, clearing it out a little bit, but it's always just putting them on fresh ground with different plant diversity. And then after that, at the end of the day, we try to let them out to free range for another hour or so if we can, and then put them back into their pen for the night.
So as our herd grows here at the Runaway Ranch, our plan long term is to not free range them, that they'll have different pastures to move throughout as the herd grows. Right now it's just the 2 girls, so it's very easy, and it's very easy to be very attached to them and want them to be out and want to play with them. They are super, super sweet and seriously the best. So on pastures and rotating them through the pastures when the herd gets a little bit bigger.
But in the meantime, I enjoy playing shepherd and following them around. We're actually working on, because we want to let them free range for a little bit while we have just the 2 of them, and then even when our 3rd goat gets here, like Cass said, it's very sustainable for us to do it right now. But I have been working on goat proofing the property a little bit. So one of those tasks is to goat proof the trees that we've planted, the pine trees and our fruit trees.
Absolutely.
I have most of them done, but I have a couple to do. So while the girls are out, Cass will keep an eye on them, and I'll go start working on goat proofing those last couple of trees. So this here is what we're working on, and this was one I did the other day. In here is a cherry tree, and these are very, very toxic to goats actually, so it was the first tree that I caged in, and I used scraps from a local mill near us. He actually mills a lot of cedar, so I thought these would make perfect posts to kind of help reinforce this. I've done this on almost all of our fruit trees, but I'm out of stakes, so these last 2 I'm just gonna put up as they are, eventually run past that sawmill again, see if there's more stakes out there, bring them home, cut them up, and reinforce. This is a project that we needed to do even if we weren't letting the girls out to eat. These fruit trees are at exposure to deer, so we wanted to make sure to get them covered, but sometimes you just need that extra reason to actually get yourself motivated enough to get a project done, and that's those girls. So what's the long-term plans of our herd here? We don't know the exact size. We do know that we really, really love goats already. Like Cass said, they're very dog-like. Oh, look at baby Sophia coming. They're so sweet and they're so loving. They're very, very loving creatures. They accept love like a dog does, which is really, really special. And we just catch them cuddling. It's nice. In the long term, we don't know exactly how many. Oh my goodness, sorry for the interruption. Sophia's trying to headbutt Fogarty, and Fogarty, like the incredible big brother he is just not reacting. He's a good kitty. You know that we're going to attempt to get to a herd of about 10 at first, and then kind of gauge it from there on if we want to go bigger than that or not. Our ultimate goal is for milk production, to have cheese, to make dairy products, things like that. Nigerian dwarf goats, while they are very, very good, they are the highest butterfat percentage of all goats. They can have up to 6.5% butterfat, which for comparison, whole milk in the grocery store is between 3 to 4% butterfat. So this is very, very rich milk coming from these Nigerian dwarf goats. Their volume, because of their size, is a little smaller. So we are considering on getting their floppy-eared cousins, Nubians, as well.
These girls have been absolutely the perfect addition that we needed here at the ranch. I can't describe how much we love them instantly. It can be a little intimidating going into goats. It was something that we kind of waited on and did our bunch of research, which is very, very important. But I am a true believer, and sometimes you need to just like bite the bullet and learn as you go.
Well, thank you for stopping by to meet the newest members of our family here at the Runaway Ranch. And we have another beautiful baby coming here, hopefully soon, once she's bred.
Hopefully soon.
And she's got some beautiful color patterns and some blue eyes. So make sure you subscribe to our channel if you want to meet Miss Floppy Flops.
Oh, get yourself some baby goats. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.